Hey guys, time to chill out with Sub-Zero7 and welcome back to Let's Play Super Monkey Ball. Last time, we showed off Monkey Fight of party games, and this time, we're going back to main game. It's time to tackle the advanced difficulty. And for this challenge, we're taking Mimi. Mostly because I never use Mimi, so why not? Advanced is 30 stages compared to beginner, and not as bad as expert with its 50 stages, but we'll get there when we get there. Same rules apply. 3 lives to start, continues if you run out of those lives. Extra stages available at the end if you can somehow make it to the end without using a life. Let's go. And unfortunately, I'm doing this without using my alternate goals strats, so this is gonna suck. This is floor 1, this is bump. Not really much has changed from the first floor of beginner, just the bump. Let's just grab these bananas. Now, something I learned recently that is genuinely upsetting to me. I found out that the American version of Super Monkey Ball is different from other versions in that other versions just need you to lose a continue in order to not make it the extra stages. That's not how it works in the American version. You just gotta lose a life for that to happen. Why did they make it so much harder for us? I get that for expert they didn't do this, but it's a thing for advanced that it frustrates me. That stage was walking, by the way, not too hard to navigate. Now we're on to Repulse. I'm not really sure why this stage is called Repulse, but I guess that's what they're going with. Which, yeah, apparently they made the American version harder, which I thought we were done with since the days of the NES era, but I guess I was wrong. Unfortunate. But yeah, for the most part, stages to start off advanced are basically just stages from beginner made harder. To see some real crazy variety, you'll have to wait until expert mode for that. And trust me, you might not want that once we get there. Let's just wait for this to rotate back. I believe if you're really crazy and know how to do pause buffering strategies, which I'm not going to be showing here, you can more or less time this to do it in one straight launch. You don't have to stop and go. Bonus floor is the same, so it is once again bonus basic. Let's get those bananas. But yes, we are on a very strict rule. We cannot lose a single life if we want to see advanced extra. Luckily, practice mode in this game is extremely helpful in that regard because any stage you've played, no matter what, is available to practice in practice mode, including extra stages, which is quite nice. And we are back in the Sky Hive theme. The only difference here now is that curves. This is literally called curves. We're not going to go for the green goal, unfortunately. We're going for the blue goal, which is weird because normally I completely skip over the next stage. This is downhill, I believe, actually, what it's called. Oh no. I got my names backwards. The first one was called Break, this is called Curves. You can take some quick shortcuts if you are careful, but I am extremely worried about missing out on advanced extras, so we're gonna try and do this legit. Which, hey, normally if you're a big fan of Monkey Ball, you watch Monkey Ball speedruns at GDQ, so you might miss out on the normal-ass strats you're supposed to do for this game, so maybe this game will show you something different. Or maybe I'm just a loser. One or the other. I shouldn't be so bad to myself. Alright, now we get to downhill. This one's pretty simple. Just work with gravity and, well, go downhill. And hope to God that Mimi doesn't throw up. Jesus. I mean, when you're traveling 50 miles an hour downhill in a gotcha ball, I'm sorry for you. Only 30 seconds, but you got plenty of time. Clear. And, of course, we have stage 9, stoppers. Excuse me. I keep calling these things the wrong things. This is Blocks Slim. Let's keep looking ahead at my stage list. Don't worry, we'll be seeing different stages too. Plus, now that we've actually made it past floor 9, since 10 is not the final floor, it's a bonus floor for us. So we got a brand new floor to show off. This is Bonus Wave. Why is it Bonus Wave? That's why. This can be quite hard to navigate because the wave is constantly moving you. And you only got 30 seconds to get everything, so don't worry about anything else aside from the bananas. You also only got about 30 seconds, which can make this kind of difficult. The good news is, you can't physically fail a bonus stage. Even if you run out of time or somehow fall off the stage, you get a bonus finish. So don't fret. Perfect. Nice. And we got a new stage theme now. Monkey Mall. This is one of my favorite stage themes, and it's one of the only ones that didn't come back from Monkey Ball 2, and I'm so sad about that. You can pick whichever chord you want of this guitar. This guitar is known as... what is it called? I think it's actually just known as Choice. And you can get that green goal if you are insane and decide to do the thinnest wire possible. But we're not going to do that. Because one, we only got 30 seconds. And two, I don't want to risk it. Also worth noting, if we only have under 10 seconds, the announcer says hurry up. In Monkey Ball 2, you get a special jingle to start playing when that happens. Otherwise, in this game, it's just the announcer saying it. This is Bull. Pretty simple. Case in point. Some of these stages are pretty self-explanatory, to be honest. Like this one. This is Jumpies. Why? That's why. They use these jumping platforms a little bit, but not as much as they do in later games. Mainly 2. Let's see if we can't. Oh god. The party ball is not your friend. Make sure to avoid touching that thing, because that thing can knock you off the cliff if you're not careful. I believe now. Oh boy. We are in stoppers now? These ones are weird. Depending on how you tilt the stage determines how these things move. So you can give yourself an opening, or you can completely cut yourself off of the opening. It's up to you to navigate this area. This is floor 15. We don't have a bonus stage here. This is floor bent. Once you get past the first 10 stages, it's every 10 stages that you get another bonus stage. So let's very carefully navigate this. Do not get too close to the edge. Those bananas are traps. They are designed to make you fall to your death. Floor also gets more and more curved the closer you get to the edge, so try to avoid it as best as you can. Nice work, Mimi. This stage was my nightmare when I was younger playing it, because god, both me and my sister hated doing this. Alright, floor 16, this is, I believe, just called Conveyor, which is pretty accurate of a name. You can grab these bananas if you want, but be careful, because you might just roll right off if you're not paying attention to your momentum. Nice. Oh boy. 17. This is Exam B. If you remember Exam A as the final stage of beginner, it's basically just in a tougher version of that. Go this way. Take a track along here. There is an Exam C as well in expert mode, and I hate it, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Head upwards. Luckily, this stage isn't so bad. It might look kind of terrifying thanks to the view stage button. By the way, really great feature. Lets you see the entire stage beforehand just to get a layout of what's going on. If you're careful, you can jump straight from the top platform to the goal and just circumvent that last curve, which we're going to try. Nice. That can be kind of scary your first time through, but once you get here, practice mode is your best friend to train for those skips. Oh boy, this stage. Stage 18, this is our first introduction of a red goal. Red goals move you ahead 7 stages. Don't bother chasing the goals, just wait down here. They will come to you. We are not, unfortunately, taking the red or the green goal, which is kind of sad, because I really like those two. And this is one of the easiest ways to get a red goal in the entire series. But just wait for them to go past, and wait for the blue goal to pop up. Otherwise, you're chasing them down this treble cleft, even though, weirdly enough, this stage is known as Chaser. Which I guess makes sense. Past the green goal. If you're careful, you can also zoom out the map far enough and you should be able to see where the other goals are. Yep, there's blue. Red, of course, moves the fastest because you gotta earn that goal. There we go. Alright, floor 19. This is jump double. We did jump as a stage 9 in beginner. Not too bad, but it's a bit tougher here. Gotta wait for this to come back. And we only get 30 seconds, so we gotta make this very fast. It's a protection around the sides, which is nice, but we also got those bumpers blocking the way. Don't touch bumpers because, well, they bump you. Nice. Alright, I believe it's another bonus stage time. Yes, it is. This is bonus grid. Avoid the bumpers, get the bananas. Diagonal formation is your best friend to get all these. Really, you got plenty of time here just so long as you don't mess around and keep to your straightaways. So if you're not used to the timing, it can be a bit finicky. And something that you might want to note. Monkey Ball does not have a designated camera button. Also, wow, we're up to 4 lives. So your camera's always going to try and turn around to where the back of you is. And now we're in a new theme, underwater. Oh boy. Sorry, just underwater gives me nightmares because of reasons. Mainly from Monkey Ball 2, but we'll see that when we get to it. For now, take a look at this. This is stage 21, otherwise known as Middle Jam, I believe. Got a lot of bumpers, and we gotta navigate them pretty carefully. They don't move too fast, though, so long as you keep a consistent pace in between them, you should be fine. I do love the theme for this place, too. Just all the music in Monkey Ball 1 is just, aces. So yeah, just keep along with the rhythm, and you should be fine. Don't move too far ahead. There we go. And yeah, once you get past 3 lives, they just start giving you a tally of how many there are instead of physically showing the lives, which makes sense. Alright, floor 22. This is Antlion. Pretty much just doing a quick circle around there and avoiding the center pit. Don't fall in there. There we go. Pretty easy. Oh boy. This is Collapse. This stage isn't that bad. There's a lot of holes, but there's a pretty clear-cut path on where to go. Just so long as you avoid the holes, you should be fine. Just make a nice turn here. And there's plenty of bunches of bananas as well if you want to get extra points or get your lives up. In case you need that. Take this turn. And Bob's your uncle. You can also make a quick shortcut bouncing off the edges of some of those holes there if you're precise enough. Takes some good finesse though. Next up is Swing Bar, stage 24. You are working with a singular platform that is constantly tilting right and left. It doesn't tilt too far though, so that's a bit nice. So long as you're efficient and cling to the side that is going up, you should be safe. Don't get too close to the side that's going down. Oh boy. This is Labyrinth. This one actually has a very easy green goal. If you just make a quick beeline and clip off that square hole, you'll be safe, and you can actually very easily get into that hole. Otherwise, we're taking the long way. If you wanted to, I suppose, you could actually take that path to the green goal and then take the path back. Because they do give you an alternate method to get there once you land on the blue goal, but why would you do that? These pushers operate the same way as the pushers did in Monkey Ball for stage 18, I believe, or not 18, 16. Something like that. You know what I mean, the punching platforms. For now, we head up here, deal with these 3 curves, get ourselves nice and cozy in a position, and jump down. Make sure you don't fall off. They have guardrails set up, but if you run too hard, you might just bounce over them. Oh boy. This one is Spiral. This one's not too bad. Just keep moving with the momentum, and you should be safe to roll all the way around into the goal. Let's go. I'm more impressed that Mimi can actually keep herself, like, stable, moving diagonally like this. Like, look at her go. She's moving about 45 miles an hour. And she has not stopped to throw up or given up on this task. Dang, these monkeys are brutal. I've also realized, looking at the models of these guys, good lord, their feet are so flat. Like, how do you live like that? You have no muscle mass in your feet. Which sounds pretty horrifying. Get that bunch for good measure. Nice. Next up, this is 27. This is Wavy Jump. This one's pretty easy. Up and down and over. Easy. If you want that bunch of banana, you're gonna have to slow yourself down, though. Now it's 28. This is Spiky. Spike's moving a rhythm. Go with the rhythm. So long as you're careful with it, no problems. If you're greedy, you could probably skip over a section. I'm not gonna do that because I just don't want to do it. And there we go. Oh boy. 29. This is Unrest. You got several tiles that will try and tilt. It's your objective to not fall for this. Ooh. There we go. That could have been bad. Regardless, we made it, and we're on the last stage. This is Polar. This one can be pretty scary your first time. Goal and every other block is moving. You gotta find a way around. I will say that your best friend for this is waiting for things to line up. No! No! Oh. And then waiting for the bumpers to screw you over. I was wondering if that was going to happen. And then it happens again. Of course it does. This is the problem with trying to do advanced and getting to the extra stages, is that you can just get screwed over at the last possible second by just something that was completely out of your wheelhouse of expectations. And unfortunately, now we gotta take the long way back. If you plan your route, you're normally safe, but if this happens, you might just screw yourself out of getting any chance to recover. So you gotta make sure that you're moving at an efficient rate, but not too fast, otherwise you might just miss over what you're trying to get to. And there we go. Unfortunately, that is no advanced extra for us. Yep. If you miss even one life, you don't get it. Luckily, we freed Mimi from the Gachapon ball. 1809, high score is 87.68. So close. Try one more time to see if you can get the high score. No, I'm not trying for that again. And she ascends into heaven. I think we killed her. Oops. Ow. Don't bonk the camera. But yeah, unfortunately, that is advanced mode. Luckily, we can skip credits. Press start, or A, I believe, actually. Mimi does a little dance, and we're out of here. You don't get a monkey rating, which makes sense, but darn. Well, we couldn't show it off normally, but that doesn't mean we can't show it off in another way. You're welcome. Unfortunately, we also did not get high score because I showed off all the stages. But now it's time that we actually get to show off practice mode. Take it maybe with us. If you scroll to the right, we get to expert and all 50-bit stages, but you can scroll even further to get to the extra stages. Advanced has 5 extra stages, 2 more than beginner. We've seen Blur Bridge, but we're just going to cover all these to begin with because why not? Once again, we are back in space. Now let's just breeze right on through here. This one, we've already seen this. We've seen Advanced Extra 1. Cakewalk, and you can easily just hit back to stage select. Not a challenge. Stage 2 is also hitter. We've seen this once more. Excuse me, hard hitter, actually. Because this one moves noticeably faster. So this one actually can be a problem if you're not careful. But so long as you are careful, it's fine. Nice work, Mimi. Alright. This is where things start getting different. Number 3 is Puzzle. I hate this stage. This stage is massive, and you don't have as much time as you think you do. You got 1 minute to get through all these tight 90-degree turns and get to the goal way over there. Might seem like, okay, no-brainer. You do not have much time to do this. The speedrunner method is normally to clip off edges and, like, clear this entire first area. And I highly recommend that you try that because it's not worth it otherwise. You have very little time in regards to the ground you gotta make up for all this. Like, look at this. We've almost burned half of our time, and we're only now getting to the halfway point. You have to be willing to make a lot of hairpin turns, and very carefully, too. Otherwise, you're just going to screw yourself. Alright. Getting close. But we are going to have the guy freak out at us. Sorry, Brian. This is gonna be tight. Yeah. Even with all that time, still couldn't make it. Again, the more efficient method is to just do this. Anything like this will help. Because any amount of corner that you can cut saves time. The more corners you can cut, the better. Unless you just fall off like I just did. This does take a lot of practice to really nail these jumps because physics is not your friend at times in this game. So be careful. And for the record, no, I do not consider myself a speedrunner of these games in any stretch of the imagination. I've beaten Monkey Ball 1 and 2 100%. But god damn it, it's not fun. Not fun trying to master some of these stages. These stages can get absolutely brutal. Actually, no, 2's still pretty fun. 1 can get kind of unfair at times. But you'll see those later. For now, let's just get to the end of this, please. I suppose while we're here, we can at least enjoy the nice space music. Oh, and just to spite you, only half the space to move on this last segment. There we go. Not much room. Advanced 4, AV logo. We've seen this one. This one's pretty vanilla, we'll be honest. Like, you don't gotta worry once you hit this stage. This is the oh thank goodness stage. This is the game throwing you a bone, essentially. Alright, and last stage. Does this look like Polar to you? Because it's Polar large. This stage is even worse because of that ring floating around in it. This can be one of the most frustrating stages in the whole game to deal with because that thing does not play nice. And neither does the rest of Polar because it's Polar. What do you expect? Your whole objective here is to get to the outer edge as fast as you can. Pretty much what you want to do, you want to stay as close as you can to the edge, but you don't want to deal with those rings. You want to actually line it up so that you can make the transition from here. Oh god, and then fall out anyway. If you're really crazy, you probably could make a jump over. I believe that is a speedrunner method, but I have tried that method and I am very bad at it, so we're not going to be doing that here. Oh god. I guess speaking of speedrunner method, we're just gonna make some very tight turns. But really, so long as you're efficient! Didn't realize that the floor ran out on that one. Thanks, game. Oh god! Oh god! Ooh. And this is why it is scary doing Polar large, especially when you're not paying attention to the map, because the map is your best friend for this kind of region. Let's head back over this way, actually. Because this seems like another safe spot to try and make the jump. Oh, God. Yeah, just the slightest bump can scare me for this game. Because they play with that idea a couple bit of just, you need to be just barely tight enough. Cut to a successful attempt, please. Okay, whew. Oh, a couple jumps later, but we made it. Once you get to the safe edge, you're pretty much safe. Just make sure you don't fall off. And make sure you don't get too close to that lip. And we're in. Whew. This stage always stresses me out. And that'll do it. That is every stage that there is to show for Advanced Mode. Advanced Extra aside, Advanced Mode's not too hard. Like, the only issue I would really say is just getting to Advanced Extra, because that last stage can really screw you up. But if you're really careful, you can actually beat this in a very short manner, I believe under 10 minutes. Let's see, how long have we been going, actually? We've been going for roughly 20 minutes, jeez. That's because we also showed everything. But, like, let's say that I do treble here again, or chaser. Because if you fall down to the bottom part of the treble clef, you can basically just cheat your way to getting the red goal. Which some might call a crime. I say it's just thinking outside the box. Getting this will get you a triple score multiplier. Or not. I guess it just gives you shitloads of points and double score. But it will work you ahead 7 stages. All the way to stage 25, which also has a green goal. You can skip a lot of stages in Advanced if you really know what to do. Like, there's a fair number of green and red goals that you can use to your advantage in this area. So if you want to experiment and start going really fast, I highly recommend trying out Advanced. Beginner doesn't really give you much room to work with. Advanced has a lot of different alternate paths you can take. But I think for now, that's gonna do it for us. Next time, let's play Super Monkey Ball. We got one last party game to cover. and it's a fan favorite, Monkey Target. Till next time, ice out.